Greater light. I'm back. Greater light. I'm back. Let me make sure this volume right. Make sure this. Oh, that volume wasn't right. That volume should be better now. I had to come back. I had to come back and finish reading these Bible interpretations. Okay. So, where did I leave off last time? Huh? Let's see. Let's flip these pages. Who were Esau and Jacob and Jacob's 12 sons? I'm on Jacobsons. I'm on the Jacobsons. I'm on day behind the Jacob sons. Esau was the Phoenician people who represented the sun god Elohim. Did I read this? If I did, I'm going to read it again. Because I'm not going to have a chance to go back to Bing and her mess. I may go over to Bard, but I'm not going to be able to go to Bing and her mess. So, Esau and the Phoenician people who represented the sun god Elohim, Eloi, also called Zeus and Jupiter. Jacob was the Jewish people represented by the moon god, Sin, also called Shiva and Hermes. Remember, all Greek and Roman gods were originally Phoenician Hindu gods. The Jews combined and united all those gods and called them Elohim. Elohim, or L-O-Him. So there's the L-E-L, a big O in the middle. Big O, with a him, H-I-M-E. The good gods were considered Yah, and the evil gods were considered Way, because the name Yahweh means good and evil. Yahweh is the same as Jehovah, and Jehovah is the same as Shiva. Shiva, same as Shiva, Siva, Sin, Thought, and Hermes, is the god that extracted the Caucasian from Hindu. The Jewish men used the Jewish women to take advantage of the ruling Phoenician. And this means, plus deception, Esau lost his birthrights, his heritage, because the dallying opened up the way to the Jewish invasion of the Phoenician stronghold called Egypt about 2000 BC. And during the next few hundred years is when Jacob, the Jews, stole the birthright of Esau, the Phoenicians. Hey, Yolanda, greater light to you. The Phoenician religion was based on the 12 signs of the zodiac. And when Jacob stole Esau's heritage in Egypt, the 12 signs of the zodiac became Jacob's sons, the Yaakov sons, through which the Jews received their religion and the culture by help of the moon god and the Phoenicians themselves. The whole Caucasian race has shared in that Egyptian heritage of knowledge and riches. Don't tell me I'm about to be bit up by ants. No way. Let them bite on. Of course, the one who originated Egyptian heritage in the first place was an Ethiopian. Egypt is in Africa. Who is Moses by race and religion? Yes, I did go over this earlier, but reading it again, just one more time ain't hurting nobody. Maybe it'll make it stick in my head, so next time I don't have to read it, I can just say it verbatimly. I remember when I used to say barbatum. I had a whole argument going on, a production line. I said, if I say bar and you say ver, ain't it like tomato? Moses was Phoenician. The Phoenician, the hooked-on Phoenician, were called Hebrew before the Jews adopted the terms. The Phoenician were not original Egyptians, but a people who had supplanted the Ethiopians of Egypt in much the same way that the Jews or other Greeks and Romans supplanted the Phoenicians. The Phoenicians, see, it says it's sup. You know how it says you're going to take a sup and then plant it. They were gardening the words of the phonics through Moses. I mean, that's what supplanted looked like to me. Oh, not supplanted like a planet in the sky. Well, that's what this says here. It says supplanted. Let me read it again. I got thrown off. Please remind me, Yolanda, I said I'm going to read and be quiet. Meaning I'm not going to use my own thoughts. I can't help it. When I'm reading, I just can't be quiet. Moses was Phoenician. The Phoenicians were called Hebrew before the Jews adopted the terms. The Phoenicians were not original Egyptians, but a people who had supplanted the Ethiopians of Egypt in much the same way that the Jews, other Greeks, and Romans supplanted the Phoenicians. The Phoenicians originally came from Asia and were invaders of Egypt themselves around 3000 BC. Oh, what is this? I better not be getting sick because everybody around me sick. And I say, I don't get colds and flus. I mean, I might get a little sniffle and stuff here, but all this, everybody around me with COVID and stuff. I'm talking about I'm around people literally in their cars. They all saying they got COVID. I thought COVID died and went away. Let's shake it off. Let me lay in the sun while I'm reading this to get the healing. Healing from the photosynthesis of the sun. Oh, the phonics, the PHO. Wait a minute. Stop. Be quiet. Moses was a ruler of Egypt, and his title was Thutmose the First. He was the beginning of the Moon dynasty in Egypt about 1600 BC. Moses was an incarnation of the moon god Tut, also called Sin and Hermes. And his magic wand was the caduceus. Sinai, I did not know that Sinai meant sin. It shouldn't be hard to figure out if S-I-N is the first word or the root word of Sinai. But hey, who am I? Sinai, the mount that Moses was supposed to have visited so often, means the Mount of Sin. So AI means mount. Sin AI. Sinai. The mount was a great pyramid of Giza, Egypt. The religion of Moses was pantheism. So Pan and the Pandora's box and all that good stuff came straight from Moses. Right? He had a magic wand. He had a staff that he called a staff or rod, but it was a magic wand from Egypt. I say he left everything, all his gold and stuff, and said, I'll be back to Egypt. I'll be back. I'm taking my wand. I'm running from a crime. And I'm taking everybody with me that will go. And y'all, we going to serve this time for 40 years. I'm going to lock y'all up with me for 40 years in the wilderness. And then we going to go back. Moses came to power in Egypt during the time of the Jews who were ruling Lower Egypt, started warring with the Egyptians who were in Upper Egypt. It will help the reader to understand if he or she remembers that there were two Egypts, Upper and Lower, as above, so below. During the time of the latter-day pharaohs, the Phoenicians, the pharaohs, A king could rule Upper Egypt while another ruled Lower Egypt. This was the case with the Jews and the Egyptians. Since Moses was the king of Egypt, why did the Jews take him as their divine leader and hero? After the Jews invaded Egypt around 2000 BC, they ruled Egypt, the Egypt closer to the Mediterranean Sea, for several hundred years. History called these invaders, and someone asked me about this word. I'm going to say it and spell it real loud. Hyksos, or Hyksos, or Hyksos. But the Egyptians called them White Syrians. The title of their king is Poppy. You got a poppy seed. Their time is short, greater light. If you got a poppy seed, it's more than, don't let them put poppy on your muffins. Anyways, I just went down memory lane when one of my cousins say I failed a drug test. I told them they put poppy seeds on my muffins and I didn't know I was eating poppy seeds. Anyways, ain't the poppies a big thing right now? The poppy seed is a big thing in America. Who's going to legalize poppy and who's not going to legalize it? Is it going to be legal enough that everybody can get a prescription? Oh, they got poppies in the gummies. Huh? I'm just saying, all this that they talking about here is happening right now. Okay, around 1600 BC, the Egyptians who were ruling Upper Egypt started feuding with the Jews who were ruling Lower Egypt because Poppy, the king and pharaoh of the Jews, wanted the Egyptians to destroy the hippopotamus. Why did they want them to kill the hippopotamus, huh? They kept bellowing at night and thereby disturbing their rest. They said it was so many hippopotamus, they was keeping the Jews up at night. Is this the way to defeat the people? Just everybody go get you your own hippopotamus, huh? And you could be free, huh? With a hippo, hungry hippo. Oh, dog, the game. Is there some symbology behind hungry hippo and the Rainbow Coalition? Huh? All them colors, every color in hungry hippo. The Egyptians refused. The Egyptians said, no, we ain't killing no hippopotamus because you can't sleep. You better put something in your ears. For they believed that certain animals were incarnations of certain gods, and the hippopotamus was one of their most sacred animals. What? Did the Jews kill off all the hippopotamus or turn them into pigs? I know that Jill Biden, Jack and Jill, went to the Hill of Smithsonian and been taking DNA and splicing DNA of hippos and all of that so they could feed the people. So that movie with the story with the Asian girl who was trying to say that big old hippopotamus thing that was bigger than the house and all that, and they had a whole slaughterhouse. She thought they was doing it to help save the world in one way, but they was just taking them to a big old slaughterhouse. Y'all remember that Netflix movie? Oh, well, I don't know. Well, the Egyptians didn't want to kill the hippopotamus. The Jews always try to find a way. I'm not talking about no Jews of today. So please don't get it twisted. I'm reading some history that was here before I got here. But it seemed like all through history, the Jews got to make some type of sacrifice. It has to be bloodshed. Huh? And they always trying to kill off all the animals. Everything becomes endangered. Now look what's happening. Meta whales and everything coming up from the ocean. Have you seen lately, everywhere you look, they say a 6-eyed blue beast came out of somewhere, and that's in the Miami Herald. They say all these different strange creatures creeping and crawling on earth about the showdown, because they said we tired of y'all, you Jews killing us because we either making too much noise. I'm just talking about the history I'm reading here, y'all. I'm not talking about nothing current up to date, I guess. Biden them gonna send out a hike SOS code on October 4th. I guess things have been too loud, and they say we gotta sound it off 10-4 at 2:20. No, yes, maybe, I don't know. Let me keep reading. Dog, I'm supposed to be reading and being quiet. A war broke out between the Jews and the Egyptians over the disagreement. Remember, the disagreement is about hippopotamus was being too loud. And during this time, Moses came to power in Upper Egypt as Thutmose I. The Jews were getting military help after he killed his brother. Y'all now look, remember Moses, with the help of his God, what Moses did, he killed somebody, he took everybody with him. He had God tell him he gonna kill all the firstborn of the same people that helped raise him, remember? Because he was already prince of Egypt, remember that now. Then he wanted the throne so bad he gonna kill his brother too. The in the Red Sea, he took his magic wand and killed his brother. He ain't had no forgiveness in his heart. Then he went back to Egypt. So here he is, topmost II. No, that's not how the story go. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, my bad. Well, anyways, the Jews were getting military help from Asia. Therefore, Thutmose realized he could not win the war unless the Egyptians got foreign help too. As a result, Moses, went to Ethiopia to solicit help. He went to the Ethiopians. He said, look, and the Ethiopians responded favorably. That's how the Jews was able to get a lot of the knowledge that they had, right? Took and twisted the Bible to their own. He said, I'm going to use my magic wand and twist these babbles and Bibles around. And we going to put down the law. We going to put it down. It was customary in those days to seal an agreement by taking a mate as a wife or a concubine. Hence, it is written. Now, y'all know this part is true. According to what King James took and devised and revised in his version, and all the other, even in Ethiopia, in their spiritual writings and their religious writings, it says that he married him an Ethiopian woman. That means Moses wasn't Ethiopian, Isn't that what that mean? I don't know. It's just what they say. It was here before I got here. Be quiet and read. Moses married an Ethiopian woman. Numbers 12 chapter 12th chapter verse 1. And this sealed the agreement between the Egyptians and the Ethiopians. Moses' wife, it is written, was called Zipporah. Zip your lips, whore. I'm saying Zipporah. Zipporah. It looked like Oprah if you take the O and put it before the P. Exodus 18 chapter 2. Nope. Exodus 18 chapter 2nd verse. Thutmose defeated Poppy. So Moses, he defeated Poppy. Y'all know, if you from Florida or be around any of the Spanish, the first thing you hear a Spanish woman when she likes somebody, she say, hey, Poppy. Hey, Poppy, Canada me, greater light. Hey, Poppy. Thutmose defeated Poppy after a hard struggle, but instead of giving the Jews the treatment of aggressors, Thutmose chose to act as the protector of the Jews by treating them like brothers and allowing them to migrate back to Asia with the aid of the Egyptian army. Exodus 12th chapter, 38th verse. Moreover, he gave the Jews provision and supplied them with priests and teachers. Topmost reacted that way because he was an incarnation of the moon god Sin, same as Tot, Hermes, and Shiva, who had extracted the Jews from the Hindu people. Egypt took over all of Western Asia after Thutmose defeated the Jews of Egypt. For Egypt then became a warlike conquering nation. The foregoing answer is the basis of the Jews' divine exodus from Egypt. Therefore, Egyptians did not oppress the Jews in Egypt. It was the Jews oppressing the Egyptians. What? Zippo lighter. Uh-oh. What's a Zippo lighter? Huh? What's a Zippo lighter, can of dummy? I don't know, Poppy. You say, don't say Pappy, say Poppy. Poppy, Pappy. Well, I don't know, but it looked like if people realize it, according to the stories that was written before I got here, this stuff was already here. It says Egyptians did not oppress the Jews in Egypt. And that's John 8, chapter 33rd verse. Oh, that's where the 33 come from. It was the Jews that oppressed the Egyptians. Oh, man. Was Thutmose the first of Egypt? Moses the lawgiver? Wait a minute. Was Thutmose the first of Egypt? Moses the lawgiver? I don't know. No, the lawgiver was Hammurabi, king of Babylonia, who conquered all of Western Asia around 2100 BC and even went to Europe on his strength and an influence. Hammurabi is called Melchizedek in the Bible. Genesis 14, chapter 18 and 19 verses. St. John chapter 8, 56 verse. Hebrews chapter 6, 20th verse. And Hebrews 7 chapter. That's for those who like to go to the source of a source that's not sourceable, like the Bible. It's letting you know that Melchizedek was Hammurabi in these chapters, and that Moses wasn't the first. He was just the first to try to use all his sense and his magic wand and divination and all that good stuff. It's like, let me tell you what it's like. It's like somebody saying that they the devil and they do demonology like they said what King James did. And he practices the devil. He got devil horns on his head and all. I'm saying, just say he had tattoo horns on his head and 666 on his forehead. And then he say he changed. And he come to the church and stand on the pulpit and say, God gave me some laws for you. I done did all this, but that's what it's like, ain't it? No, I'm wrong. God's love and light is for everybody. Everybody can change. If I could change, let's do somebody. Y'all remember how it go? Rocky Balboa, against the Soviet Union, against Putin them. He said, if I could change and you could change, everybody can change. My bad. Stick to the script. I'm supposed to be quiet while I'm reading. No, the lawgiver was Hammurabi, king of Babylonia, who conquered all of Western Asia around 2100 BC and even went to Europe on his strength and influence. Hammurabi is called Melchizedek in the Bible. Genesis 14, chapter 18 and 19 verse. St. John 8, chapter 8, 56 verse. Hebrews 6 chapter 20th verse, and Hebrews 7 chapter. As stated earlier in this booklet, Abraham was Phoenician people and the Jews adopted the name. The laws of Hammurabi, sometimes called the Code of Hammurabi, You could go look it up if you want to. The Code of Hammurabi. Don't believe nothing I'm saying. Go check it out for yourself. They were not originally his work, but he developed and established the laws and codes that were originally made by the original Sumerians of Mesopotamia and Babylonia and passed on the peoples of the Euphrates and the Tigris River. I heard somebody today, one of my greatest teachers, say, why would you want to go back so many millions of years ago, right? Well, I'm not going back millions of years ago. This stuff right here is happening right now as we speak. As above, so below. What is in Revelation was in Genesis, and what's in Genesis is in Revelation. And this is current and up to date. And Revelation happened yesterday. No, Genesis happened yesterday, which is happening today. In Revelation, which is happening tomorrow in the beginning, because this is the end of the beginning or the beginning of the end. Oh no, the Alpha and the Omega. Oh goodness. Is that all? See, I have to stop right there. That's at 26 and 21. I don't have no more pages of this Bible interpretation. And I don't know if I had stopped printing it in 2014, but that was the end, huh? Now I can move on to the next. If you want any more information about what I just read in this live, you could go back to the live an hour, 2 or 3, 4 hours ago, or 6 or 7 hours ago. There's part 1, part 2, and this is part 3. Bible interpretations. Now I want to read something sacred. I want to read some sacred stuff. And when I read this sacred stuff today, I'm going to come back tomorrow because some of these words in here, I went to, what's her name, Bing, and typed it in. But you know, Bing becoming a liar. But I did, and she connected some of this stuff to what's going on today in the White House, like Bara, B-A-R-A, and all of that. Here, this is about the Anunnaki. And this is Bible interpretations now. It's still Bible interpretations. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying to you. This is about today. Revelations. The Anunnaki is an ancient Sumerian term which was given to beings who came down to earth and procreated. Bara Homo sapiens. Today, I can hear pastors and teachers and leaders that say, no, ain't no angels, never came down. So they don't believe all of the Bible. They say angels didn't come along down and roam the earth and all that. Or they believe it, but they believe it in a different way. Maybe, maybe not. If they don't believe in aliens, if a Christian tells you they don't believe in aliens, then they don't believe in the first half of the Bible. Facts, right? I'm just saying, King Ellis with the alien face. Your name is so powerful, King Ellis. Copper Christ, greater light to you, grand awakening. Look, no, for real. If a Christian comes to you and say they don't believe in aliens, then they don't believe in the Bible. Because God don't live on earth, right? Unless he live in you. But I'm just talking about the Bible right now. The Bible says that God is going to come down in something that might look like a ship, and look like a planet. Maybe it's at risk of being a planet or something. It's going to have emerald lights. The rainbow is going to be all shades of emerald, and it's coming down from the sky. And then it said when Jesus left, Jesus went up in the sky. And when Jesus coming back, he coming back from this. So he an alien, right? Right? Oh, nah. That's the first test. If you want to know if a Christian really believe in the word that they reading, that's the first thing you ask them. You believe in aliens? No, I don't believe in aliens. You're crazy. You need to go to a mental health facility. Why? I'm believing in the Bible, huh? My bad. Let me read. I'm supposed to be reading and being quiet. The Anunnaki is an ancient Sumerian term which is given to the beings who came down to earth and procreated, bara Homo sapiens, and it's capital B, capital A, capital R, capital A. And right now, in Federal Register or somewhere in Congress or Department of Defense, there's something going on with the bara. There's a bunch of stuff she gave me about bara. I'm talking about being. Anunnaki translates as those who anew sent from heaven. Not those who knew they were sent from heaven. Not those who anew. They're not new. It says those who anew sent from heaven to earth. They were also called Nephilim, meaning to fall down to earth and to land. Elohim in the Bible, meaning these beings. So Anunnaki means Elohim. It means Nephilim. In Ashuric, Syriac, and Arabic, they are called Jabarians. Jabari one? The Jabarians means the mighty ones. Oh, so Jabari is claiming to be Nephilim, huh? What? Cast up, cast down. Wait, Jabari is, so he is rising to the top under a code name of Nephilim? Did y'all know that Jabarians mean Nephilim? No? Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, well, you just learned something today, but that's on the Arabic. So the Jabarians in Aramic, not Aramic, not ceramic, Aramic. Well, that's Hebrew. I mean, Gibberim, jibber jabber. It means the mighty, majestic ones. And they are also called Neteru, which is the Egyptian term for Anunnaki. So they have so many terms for Anunnaki. They are an elite race of beings who came from the 8th planet, Risk, in the 19th galaxy, Iluen. What? There's no 8th planet? There's plenty planets, right? Subplanet. They travel through this galaxy by way of the planet ship Nibiru, Nibiru, mothership, the mothership. Nibiru was originally on a 25,920-year orbit called AMS. That's capital AAMS, all caps. AMS. Give me the green light. And if anyone's been paying attention to the news, they're saying right now there's something out there that's headed this way, and they're sure it's going to miss, and that it more than likely won't hit till 2,400 and something. But according to what date and time we're in, what does that mean? I don't know. That's me making up stuff, right? No, that's man making it up. That's man making it up. Give me the green light. Since the Anunnaki relocated Orion, they relocated to Orion, it will now take them 36,000 years. No, my bad. 3,600 years to travel to Earth. The new orbit is called a Shar. So, when the Jews switched the time frame, because y'all know they switched the calendar. Yeah, it's 1,500 different calendars out there right now. Is it 1,500? No, 150. 150 different calendars out there. And the Jews are actually on a different time or calendar than we are. As a matter of fact, they got a calendar already for Mars. Did you know that? They already got a calendar for Mars. Ain't gonna be no Mars, Elon, but they already got a calendar for Mars. It's called Martian Soul Time. No, I'm telling you. But whatever date, I think it's right around the corner that they supposed to be returning, huh? Jesus is coming back, huh? You better get your stuff together, huh? They got mansions and streets of gold, and they got the surface mining laws available. Everybody right now can go and get all your gold so you can take with you. Wherever you live that they got mining going on, you can go right now. Federal Register just opened up a whole bunch of mines saying the public can freely go and do this surface mining for a limited time only. No? Okay, go check it out. Go check it out. Anyways, the Anunnaki were sent out on a mission to find different minerals. Oh, we back to the minerals. Huh? Gold, plutonium, uranium, etc. And this is a message to all the people who claim they are Jabarians and all that other stuff. The Elos, the hymns, the hers, Hermes, and all. They got the mining opened up on Earth, surface mining for a limited time only. So gold, plutonium, uranium, they mine several planets in our solar system, including Mars, which is called Lamu, and Earth, Tiamat. So the reason why Mars is bare and red, because they took all of whatever surface minerals that was needed, for Mars to survive, right? They took all the surface minerals. Oh, I need to put my glasses back on. I had to take my glasses off for a second. And now I can't see. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Here we go. 900 of these Anunnaki were involved in a gold mission. 600 in all came to Earth in groups of 50s and small passenger crafts called shams. I remember I said to one of the elders out of Atlanta, and when I say elder, I'm not talking about the young one that's out there. I don't know who he is. But Kansu, he's an elder. I'm talking about elder. He elder. And I said, but the stars up there, he said they're shams. They're not stars. They just sitting there waiting. They're shams. I said, shams? And at the time he told me shams, I'm thinking it's a sham. You know how people say you swindling people? You a shammer? They said the stars are a sham. So they all came to group in groups of 50s in small passenger crafts called shams. And the rest, 300, the Igigi, stayed in and manned the craft Murdoch. Murdoch landed in Antarctica, at the Murdo station. Or Nibiru is called Merkaba. The Merkaba? The Merkaba. Merkaba. Mika. Y'all know the new AI named Mika. Mika. She got purple hair and she light skinned. Right now she running the liquor. She the CEO of some liquor distribution. Liquor. For real. Y'all, did you look it up? When I be saying this stuff, do you just come over here and listen and say she ain't talking about nothing and leave? Or do you really go and look it up? She is the new CEO and she's artificial intelligence. And ever since they released her saying she the CEO and she's talking about she's just as good or even better than Elon Musk, Bing been turning around lying. They're about to get their artificial intelligence bill of rights pretty soon, or is the sky gonna open up and God is gonna show itself before all that go down, like the Bible say so? No, I don't know. Or all the religions say the same thing. No, they don't. Oh, my bad. Well, anyways, Mikaba, that's her name, Mika. The Anunnaki were acting as intermediates between Earth and Nibiru. They stayed in Earth's orbit because they were to deliver the process gold to the spaceships that would be stored on the dark side of Shishki, the moon, and Lamu, Mars. So let me ask you something. All this stuff that they keep saying they going back and forth to Mars, it's happening right now. This stuff right here is supposed to have been ancient stuff. But according to what they're saying in the news, it's happening right now. So maybe the past didn't exist. None of this stuff in the Bible actually happened. It's happening right now as we speak. It's current and up to date. They got all kind of stuff talking about the dark side of the moon in the media. Then they got all this stuff talking about Mars. As a matter of fact, October 4th, at 2:20, when the sound, the SOS, and the 10-4 go out, the very next day is some big thing supposed to be going. No, that very day, something's supposed to happen with Mars going in between or on the side of the sun and between the moon and some bull crap. No, it's not happening. I lost some people. I'm down to one. Who that's still here with me? Can a dummy? In the caste system. It's all happening right now as we speak, the revelation. Now, so before I go to the next part of this teachings that I'm reading to you, I'm going to close out because this is the end of the first paragraph. And I'm going to say these names again that you could type in. And when you type them in the caps that they are, you'll see all types of missions and research and development that's going on right now, up to date with this stuff right here. Murdoch, Mars, SHAM, sham, all caps. Shar, if you type it in all caps, it's there. We already know Orion is somewhere in the mess of it all. And Bara, B-A-R-A. Now this is where they constructed and loaded 30-mile-long cylinder-shaped crafts. Now, what's her name? I haven't been over there in a minute. It's been a long time. But Miss Maria, when she used to be showing her her videos of them cylinders in the sky, look like a pill shape or whatever. This ancient knowledge or ancient history is happening right now as we speak. So this is where they constructed and loaded 30-mile-long cylinder-shaped crafts and transported gold and other resources back to their homes to planet Risk. Now, about the 30-foot-long craft, October 5th, Space Force and SpaceX is supposed to be sending a probe out. This is the day after October 4th to so-called asteroid that's also supposed to be going behind the moon or side of the moon and all that type of stuff. They supposed to be sending out this probe. Now, in their scam of the sham, they say it's going to take so many light years to get there. But I'm so sure that it's only going to take them a couple of hours to get there because it's not out of the orbit of the system. It's not out of this sphere. So when they send this signal October 4th, which I think is supposed to be something to try to push the asteroid or help push whatever probe that they're going to be sending out there for more mining. They supposed to be mining nickel off of this asteroid. It says nickel, iron, and maybe some other elements. Like we don't have enough of that on Earth. So I think even the elements that they send, I believe they're trying to break open the ship or something else. I don't know. This stuff is here. I didn't make it up. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, if you type in October 4th or you and see the time that FEMA and FCC is supposed to be sending out this national alert, you'll also see, type in October 5th and see what's going on about this probe and asteroid that's supposed to be synchronizing behind Mars and the moon and all this other bullcrap that they got going on. That's the news for today. And this will probably be the last time I go live today. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you over here with me. Don't believe me? Go check it out for yourself. Because it's there. And what? Is it there because I opened my mouth and said it? Is it there because I decided to read it? I know if you believe in the government, and you do, you pay taxes, you use their light sources, you turn on a light switch, you believe in the government. You turn on your stove. If it's gas, you believe in the government. Mountain Valley Pipeline. If you get on a bus, public transportation, you believe in the government. If you turn on tap water, because water ain't free. If you use the chemicals and swallow the chemicals that come out of the pipes, you believe in the government. And believe me, the government is telling you all this stuff that's in Revelations is happening and going down because they making sure of it. Go read it for yourself. I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about the White House Bible. You go to whitehouse.gov, federalregister.gov. They're going to tell you what they're doing. Congress.gov, they're going to tell you what they're doing. And as clear and loud as Kamala Harris says, she's the daughter of Shiva and the daughter of Kali. She says she's the daughter of Kali. She didn't say I'm from California. She says she's the daughter of Kali. And she's related to Prime Minister Modi and Good Iblis. As sure as President Biden said he is a Zazel. It's real. Israel? Is it real? I don't know. Greater Light, Canada, Copper Christ, King Ellis, and Yolanda. And their time is short. See you tomorrow.